our choral musical director, and the amazing Alina Makina, our orchestra conductor. Their dedication and artistry have been instrumental in bringing this concert to life. We are also delighted to have a very special guest performing with us this evening, the talented artist and musician Randy Chalette. Musically, he seeks innovation and unique self-expression through writing, rapping, singing, drumming, and this evening, he is collaborating with the CNCO on a new arrangement of the well-known Caymanian folk song, Southeast by South. This reimagined work, arranged by our own Freya Chambers, utilizes the full orchestra and four-part vocal harmonies and is grounded in the rhythms of the traditional Cayman drum. As we begin, we kindly ask you to ensure that your cell phones are silenced so that everyone can enjoy the performance without interruption. There will be a 15-minute intermission during which the bar will be open, so we invite you to refill your drinks, have a chat with your neighbors, and we'll flash the lights when it's time for you to return to your seat for the second half. Thank you once again for joining us, and sit back, relax, and enjoy Shadows and Serenades.
Our first piece is All Things Bright and Beautiful by the beloved British composer John Rutter. In this work, Rutter masterfully uses the tone colors of both the choir and the orchestra to bring the text to life. Notice how the bright, lively sounds of the higher voices and instruments reflect the joy and beauty of nature, while the richness of the lower voices adds depth to the message of wonder and creation. Each section of the choir plays a unique role in painting the vibrant imagery of the lyrics, making this piece a musical celebration of all the bright and beautiful things around us.
second piece of the evening will be following the story of a young man called Peer. And this young man, we're starting to get into the horror territory a little bit. This young man really wanted to get married to a young lady, however he was refused. So in despair, he decided to go into the forest, and in the forest they came across a troll. And he ended up in the troll's cave, and that is why the name of the piece is In the Hall of the Mountain King. Now you will hear a lot of speeding up in this piece, and I haven't told the orchestra this yet, but we are definitely going to try and set a record as how fast we're going to play it, so we do hope you enjoy.
That we will be performing tonight is called Dry Bones, and it's often a piece that you find performed around Halloween, although it has nothing to do with Halloween. It's actually a story from the Bible when the prophet Ezekiel was taken to a place filled with dry bones, and then the dry bones came to life because of the power of God. So it really has nothing to do with Halloween, but it kind of goes with our theme, so we hope that you'll enjoy it. A lot of us, after we started learning it in the choir, remembered that we might have learned it a long time ago in Sunday school. It's the one where the foot bone is connected to the ankle bone and the leg bone. Do you remember? Okay, so I used to teach elementary music, and I have to resist the urge to point at all the body parts as we go up, because that's not what I'm here for. But I hope that you will enjoy this really fun and interesting arrangement where the choir really narrates the whole story, and then you'll get to the part that is familiar. So here's Dry Bones.
The next piece is called A White Shade of Pale, and I really hope that does not describe you after that terrifying piece of music we just heard, Chain Dry Bones. A slightly older classic, for those of you who know it, and I believe it was actually played earlier today on the radio, one of the orchestra members was telling me. A very calm, a very soothing piece of music, which we really do hope you enjoy.
It is my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome to our stage our special guest of the evening, Mr. Randy Gillette. Randy is a man of many talents, a well-known artist here and abroad. His works are known all over and are featured in not only the National Gallery of the Cayman Islands, the Cayman National Museum, and in the collections of the Cayman National Cultural Foundation and private collections all around the world. He is one of the original members of the Native Sons Collective. But tonight, we get to enjoy the other part of Randy's world, and that is as an amazing musician. Randy's performance group is Red Boat Experience. It's an improvisational group that meshes all sorts of sounds, oh, that got loud, of rhythm, and it's so free and expressive, and he's enjoying great success with that. Bringing Randy here this evening is part of a whole project that has been birthed within the last few months out of the book Art Islands Past Volume 3, which is a collection of traditional Caymanian folk tunes that has been lovingly transcribed into single-line melodies. And our wonderful Freya Chambers has arranged this piece tonight, the well-known folk tune Southeast by South. And in her words, I'm going to describe what you will be hearing and you can visualize as you listen to this performance. She writes, "The piece begins with an improvised solo on the traditional Cayman drum played by the accomplished Randy Gillette, and vocals sung by Ryan Knock, setting the scene for the twisted journey ahead. The first two verses, sung in a solitary voice, begin the story from the perspective of the sailors aboard the Frank. The minimal texture builds as the orchestra takes us through the story and into the stormy waters, and swells of melodic lines paint a rich tapestry upon which the choir continues from the perspective of the sailors aboard the Alice, the ship that was tasked with rescuing the lost crew. The piece continues to build to the climactic instrumental section where the simple melody is now layered over and over, crashing into itself just like the waves on the ocean. The orchestra then starts to fade away, leaving behind the ominous echo of Southeast by South, the last chorus given to the crew of the Frank. It was important to us that we approach this arrangement with respect and reverence. To interpret the song with Western classical approach alone would not do service to the history and the cultural integrity that it requires. In our initial discussions with Randy and Nasaria about our desire to collaborate and root the piece with the Cayman drum, traditional rhythms, and improvisational techniques, it was clear that Randy's deep knowledge and love of the island's music was the grounding force needed to complete the work and give it the dignity that it demands. It's a bit of a full circle moment, if you will, to Dr. Mel McCoy, who founded the choir back in 1977, as it was his desire to infuse classical and Caymanian, or to bring classical music to the island, and here we infuse it and we bring it all back around. And now I'm going to pass it over to Randy to share a little bit about the Cayman drum that he has brought and what he's sharing with us today.
Right. Evening, everyone. My name is Randy Gillette. Thank you. I'm the artistic director of the Red Boat Experience and the improvisational show featuring the Cayman drum, also known as the pan drum. Now, I would like to clear something up before I get myself in trouble. The first director is my wife, Nasaria Gillette, and I'm the second artistic director. All right? I just want to clear that up. All right? And just a little bit about the drum. It's been Miss Aunt Julia, she was called, was the last one in my, no. She wasn't the last one to play, but she's well known for the traditional drum, which I also build and teach, and also teach how to teach, and also teach how to perform with the drum. Because teaching is one thing, performing is another thing, and building the drum is a whole other world. So I build the drum as well, which I'm trying to preserve the tradition of the drum, but also take it forward. Because a tree don't just have roots, it have a trunk, it have branches, limbs, and fruits, right? So to preserve the drum, also to take it forward. And that's just a little bit about the drum. I don't want to hold up everyone. So yeah.
Friday morning, 7 o'clock, we started from the block. With all our sails set fore and aft on board the schooner Frank. Southeast by south was our course, southeast by south sailed we. Southeast by south was our course, southeast by south sailed we. Sunday morning, 10 o'clock, we sighted artillery. The men aloft shouted, "On shore, the steamers on the reef." Southeast by south was our course, southeast by south sailed we. Southeast by south was our course, southeast by south sailed we. The lantern told the tale. Oh, Providence was the port bound to save his life. Southeast by south was our course, southeast by south sailed we. Southeast by south was our, southeast by south sailed we. Southeast by south sailed we.
I am the wind, I am the spirit, floating within. I say, I say, I say, I say. Let the music play, na 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 na.
refresh your drinks, and we'll see you in about 15 minutes. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the break. We enjoyed the interval with the music bar. And we'd like to open the second half with a jazzy little piece. Let's keep it light-hearted. It is about a mischievous pink character. We might even say that it's got somewhat of a shaped body. But yes, please enjoy our rendition of the Pink Panther by Harquail.
Up next is a special medley from Phantom of the Opera, accompanied by our talented orchestra and solo performances from within our choir. I'm going to point out where the soloists are because it's a medley and they don't have time to come down to the front to take their solos. So when I call your name, can you guys just wave where you are? The first solo is in the song Think of Me and will be sung by a wonderful soprano who I happen to know quite well. Her name is Shira Gifford. No relation, just kidding. No related. Shira, did you wave? There she is. Next, you'll hear from one of our talented bass singers. His name is John Watson, and he will be briefly taking on the role of the Phantom in the song Angel of Music. John, give us a wave. There he is in the back row. And then we will have a beautiful duet during the song All I Ask of You. And you'll hear from wonderful tenor, Danny Moraga. He's back there in the middle of the back row. And alto, Maddie Ashby. She's over there to my left. I would like to take a moment before we begin to express our deep appreciation for our incredible orchestra director. She's over there at the violin right now, Alina McKenna. She arranged... Is she an amazing conductor and violinist? She also arranged this orchestral accompaniment for us. When we chose this piece, actually, when I knew that we were going to be performing at this time, at the end of October, I thought Phantom of the Opera would be a great piece to do. And we weren't able to find an orchestral accompaniment for it, so I was planning to use the track. And I thought it will be fine, and then we'll take the pressure off the orchestra. And the orchestra got wind of the fact that we were doing Phantom without them, and they're like, we want to play! But there was no arrangement. And so Alina made it happen, and I was so amazed that it worked. So it's very exciting. It's so much better with live orchestra. So I hope you will enjoy this arrangement, especially made by Alina and our soloist from the choir. So here's Fatima Belka.
of music. Come to me, an angel of music.
Let me be your shelter. Let me be your light, your safe. No one can harm you. Your fears are far behind you.
All I want is freedom, a world with no one loving than you, always beside me, to hold me and to hide me.
Christine, that's all I ask of you. Love me, you know I do. Love me, that's all I ask of you.
soundtrack theme. And maybe you are familiar with the creation of Tim Burton and composer Danny Elfman. Together, they created something called Nightmare Before Christmas, which follows the story of a wonderful character called Jack Skellington, who happens to be a Halloween skeleton who finds himself in Christmas Town. And all of a sudden, he feels really at home, which doesn't make sense to him. But the soundtrack follows his story, and you will hear a lot of Christmas-like things. You will hear a lot of bells and a lot of upbeat things. But watch out for the brass section as well, because they do get pretty heavy. So I hope you enjoy the Nightmare Before Christmas.
you want to sit? No, it won't be very long. So this is our last piece, You'll Never Walk Alone, and I hope that you've enjoyed the experience of going through darkness and light in our concert of Shadows and Serenades. We're going to bring you back into the light for this last piece. You'll Never Walk Alone is from the musical, it's a very old musical, Carousel. Has anybody seen that one? It's a beautiful show. And is this the right one? I just saw a weird look. We're on the last piece, right? It's been a long day, guys. It's truly been a joy to be with you. Thank you so much for being here, for buying tickets. I think we're sold out tonight, which is very exciting. I think Charity's going to speak to you before we say goodbye tonight, but I want to take a moment to recognize our really hardworking marketing team. Alina and I direct the music, and we don't have time to do all the other things. So we have a team of people that work behind the scenes to make sure that the word gets out and you know about these concerts and you can come and enjoy live music, which I think is a pretty special experience. So if you've helped out with marketing, can you give us a little wave? They're also musicians, they're singers, they're in the orchestra, and they work really hard sharing on social media. So thank you for buying a ticket. I hope you'll enjoy this last piece, You'll Never Walk Alone.
Thank
we have a few thank yous to give before our night finally comes to a close. First off, I just want to take a moment again to thank the Cayman National Cultural Foundation for their generous sponsorship, and again reiterate that we, the Cayman National Choir and Orchestra, are a resident company of the F.J. Harquail Cultural Center, and we are so pleased that we get to call this place home. We get to rehearse in the studio space, we get to store our equipment, we receive financial support. We can't say thank you enough for everything that you do for the Cayman National Choir and Orchestra. And even on the daily basis, everybody at the CNCF have been fantastic in answering all of my questions, all of our questions, and really taking care of us since we've become a resident company with you. So thank you so much for that love and support. So first off, those finishes. We want to say thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts to, first of all, Melody Gifford. Melody works tirelessly, and if there's one thing I really love and admire about Melody is how much she cares. Her love for the choir and her passion every week, it runs so deep, and it shows in everything you do. So thank you so much for your love and your care and your passion for what you do. We're all the better for it. Thank you. And Miss Alina, please come out, be acknowledged. Alina McNeena, our orchestra conductor. I don't even know where to start with Alina. Thank you for everything you do. I mean, you arrange for us every week. You urge us to play expressively and to get better. And again, your passion for what you do shines. And I'm so grateful that I get to play under your baton every week. Thank you, Alina. We'd also like to say a special thank you to our accompanist this evening, Brianna Rodriguez, who stepped in halfway through our rehearsal schedule to make sure that we made it to the concert, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thank you, Brianna. Next we have Miss Freya Chambers. She is so special to me, to all of us, and I am continuously blown away by your talent. And the fact that when I came to you in June and said, hey, there's this book, do you think you could arrange some stuff out? Like, I've got an idea. And bless her, she said yes, and she ran with it. I mean, that piece you heard this evening flew out of her, and you astonish me every day. I'm so proud of you, and thank you so much for giving that to us, and in turn giving it to the island as a gift to Cayman. And of course, Mr. Randy Cholette. What an honor to share the stage with you this evening. Please come up. We have something for you. We want to honor you. Thank you. When Randy walked into our first rehearsal and started improvising and challenging our classically trained musicians to do the same, you could see this ripple through of, oh, really? And it was phenomenal. One by one, he drew them in. The bravery, the risks, the musical risks were being taken, and And thank you for enriching us with your music and sharing your love of the Cayman drum and being willing to collaborate with us in this venture. We can't thank you enough for your time. I know Melody touched on a little bit about a marketing team, and as chair, you might see me talking up here tonight, but there is a whole slew of volunteers behind me who have been making this evening come together, working tirelessly, the marketing team, volunteers, my executive committee, and from my heart I say thank you. Thank you so much for rallying together. It's a community effort. It's a community effort to put this on, and everybody's a volunteer, which makes it that much more special. And to that end, thank you to the community. We wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for buying tickets, for supporting us, for investing in live music, and taking the time on a Friday night to come and watch us. I mean, the energy that you give us, and I hope the music and energy we give you sustains you until the Christmas concert at Elmsley, which I will plug on the 17th and 19th of December. And I know it's everybody's favorite. Over at Elmsley Church, we are doing 2 shows. And one last little plug, if you sing, even in the shower, just for fun in the car, please consider joining. Please come join our choir. You don't have to read music to join the choir. We are always looking for new members. It's fun. We rehearse on Monday nights, 7:30 till 9. If you are a musician who plays an instrument and listened to us this evening and thought, I haven't dusted off my violin, cello, clarinet, saxophone, etc., any number of instruments, and that I missed that, please reach out to us. You can reach us through our email. There's also a little display over to this side on one of the tables that has information on both of those items. So I really encourage you to reach out. We would love to talk to you. And I think with that, I wish you a good night. Thank you so much.